because our next guest, speaking of what's good about Fresno, is, I had it already, Mike Guido.
Yes, sir.
That's hard to say. Mike Guido from Clovis, right? Is
Yes,
that
sir.
where your
Clovis.
martial arts studio is?
Yeah, we're right there on the corner, Shaw, between Villa and Minnewawa,
Okay.
right by the old UA movie theater,
Sure.
right in that little causeway there, right by the Ross and Burlington Coat Factory, right in that little corner.
I spent a lot of time in that little corner. That movie theater's still open, right?
It's still open, yeah.
$3 movies.
$3 movie theater
But
now.
Ross and, what was the other one?
The Avenue, right in between.
Yeah,
We're in
yeah.
between both of them.
Yeah, Ross is a great place to shop. And
Great.
if you want martial arts, you can go to see Mike Guido. And what's the name of your studio?
Studio is called Guido's Martial Arts Academy.
Now, there's a lot of different martial arts.
There are many different martial arts. So our base style that we teach is something called Shotokan. Shotokan's a Japanese hard style. Basically, strong punches, strong kicks, real strong spirit. But we're not just a Shotokan karate school, so that's why we named it Martial Arts Academy, because it's an academy being a place of higher learning, and we kind of mix a little bit of all the different arts in there, which are, again, Shotokan being our main style, but we mix a little Taekwondo, a little bit of boxing, a little bit of kickboxing, all in there, and so we try to be a complete martial arts school, which is great.
Now, who would need to go there? Who would want to go there?
Everybody that has a heartbeat.
Okay. Is it for physical fitness or for protection? Or
Well, so, we start them at 3 years old, so we specialize in teaching kids. So for our kids' classes, they are going to learn discipline. They're going to learn how to focus.
Discipline is
It's huge. It's huge. Learn how to focus, learn how to pay attention, and they're going to learn how to defend themselves in many different situations. So for our young 3 to 12-year-olds in that range, they're learning that focus and discipline. When you get into that teenage range, they're learning how to build their self-worth, build their confidence, understand that they are worth something. And then when they go into our adult program, it's really about physical fitness. It's about self-defense, defending yourself, what we call reality-based self-defenses. So things that are going to actually work if you were to get attacked out in the street. So you have all those.
Now, you talked that middle age, the teen years, the tough teen years. You talked about self-awareness and
self-awareness and self-defense. People usually correlate that with just using your hands and your feet, but self-defense could also be defending yourself against sickness, or defending yourself against the way you handle a situation if someone were to verbally or emotionally attack you.
Well, I've heard that kids who go through this and develop some self-worth and some confidence, they don't need to defend themselves. They don't have people, zeroing in on them saying, I'm going to pick on this guy, because you carry yourself in a way that you're confident in yourself.
Absolutely, yeah. So we build that in, and I call it the aura. You have an aura that surrounds you that people kind of think twice. Well, I don't really want to mess with that person.
Yeah, it's the ones with the lack of confidence that aren't quite fitting in that seem to get picked on more. Now, I've also heard that the young start at 3, 4, 5 years old. They actually do better in school and in life with the discipline.
Absolutely. We get so many parents come in, they say, Sensei, because I always ask, why did you enroll your child in martial arts? They said, well, we need them to focus more in school. We need them to have a little bit more discipline. And then so after sometimes it takes one class, and I say, how they doing? They go, man, they're doing great. They're getting all the little red stars and gold stars in class, and everything's going great, and they feel confident, and they're paying attention. And then they're, instead of them having to tell them to pick up their clothes, they do it by themselves, which is always good.
But also as a young kid, beginning to build the body, instead of just sitting and playing video games or something, you can kind of get slothful.
Correct.
But you learn how to stand and have posture, and your body builds as you grow up.
A lot of times, you have a little 3 or 4 year old, and and they're not sitting up straight, and part of that has to do because they haven't developed those core muscles yet. So we teach them how to develop those core muscles, sit up straight, put their hands on their knees, make sure they're listening, they're focusing with their eyes, and they're listening with their ears, and they're doing all the little things. And a lot of times we tell our kids, make sure you listen to your teacher, but a lot of times we don't teach them how to listen or how to focus.
So you have kids come to you who don't focus on you with their eyes and their ears?
Absolutely.
You teach them that?
Teach them out. Yeah, we use little focus claps and focus anchors, and we, there's a system that all of our instructors use in order to get the students to learn these things in a positive manner and constructive.
I've always felt that kids need, beyond the public schools, either get in a music class or a dance class or develop some piano lessons or something, or go to martial arts class. They all need something extra from the school. Sometimes there's 30 or 40 kids in a classroom, and they're not getting real individual attention like you would in any martial arts class, I'd imagine.
Absolutely. I break it down to parents is that when they go to the schools, they're learning the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. When they come to see me or see any of our instructors, they're learning how to be successful in life. You know, and they use martial arts as an avenue for that success. You know, our slogan is building champions in life. So I think that's what we really do. You know, teaching a young person or even an adult. You know, a lot of times too, even yourself, when was the last time you had that real good feeling of success?
Right.
You know, and so I think as adults we need that constantly so we can grow as adults as well. So whether you're 3, 4, 5, or 45, you know, you have that feeling of success and that feeling of gratitude that you're succeeding and doing something good. Martial arts brings it all together.
So let's say one of your students who's been with you a few years has a reason, somebody comes to punch them or cause them some physical harm. What's going to happen? Are they going to just avoid the punch, or are they going to disable the person?
You know, most of the time, if someone we have to ask themselves, why would someone attack people? And most of the time, people will attack people because they want something, whether they want to gain power or they want to, you know, rob or you know, or something to that extent. Most of the time, our students will just put their hands up, to look them dead in the eye, and say, "Hey, back off."
Yeah.
And that moment right there, the other person thinks twice.
Right.
And if they attack, we do actually do sparring. So a lot of things, a lot of karate schools have gone away from the actual physical contact of sparring. We absolutely do it. We do it on a regular basis. I believe in it because when you see that punch coming at you, you learn reaction speed.
Right.
It's kind of like playing baseball, and you want to hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, but all you do is practice with 20-mile-an-hour fastballs. It's never gonna work that way. So we do sparring, and that helps out. And so it's just kind of like natural. You know, when you're walking down the street and you see a hole, you don't think about the hole. You just step over the hole and move to the side. Same thing works if someone were to attack one of our students.
Well, and if somebody was delivering a punch toward your face, you don't want to figure out what to do the first time the punch is delivered. You want hundreds delivered towards your face. So when it is time to react, do you have the instinctual reaction?
Absolutely, it's all about instinct and reaction, and you know, and that comes with, you know, continued practice. And so, you know, it's just constant, just like anything else. If you're starting a new job or you're beginning a new activity, or even if the kids are watching and they're doing video games, you know, you might play that level and you might die 20 or 40 times, and you're just going to keep getting up and doing it. So same thing works with martial arts. We always say, fall down 7, get up 8.
There you go.
So
now I've got the movie theater right next door. Any parents coming to say, "Hey, I'm putting my kid in this class, so I go to the movies and leave my kid somewhere babysitting."
You know, you would think so,
Yeah.
but most parents sit there and we encourage the parents to. It gives it a good time for a parent to be a cheerleader, and you know, you can be your child's biggest cheerleader by sitting there cheering them on, making sure they're doing the right thing, and really just, you know, giving them that good positive support, and that works great for the kids. They really love that.
And do they get to enjoy accomplishments like belts?
Absolutely. So we test about every 3 months, and the students nowadays. We have this thing I call the entitlement era, where everybody feels
everybody gets a trophy.
Everybody gets a trophy. Not at my karate school. Yeah, we don't do that. So you have to actually come in. You have to earn your belt, and you have to take a test. And you either get an A, which means you pass, or you get an F, which means you fail.
There's only two.
There's only two.
Pass
There's no in
and fail.
between. Pass and fail. And so when you pass the test, then what you do is you go for your board breaking. And every student's got to break a board. And what that does, it signifies breaking through to the next level. And so they break through, and you'll be amazed at these kids when they actually break their first board. They're looking at mom like, "Mom, I did it. Dad, I did it." And then now that confidence is starting. Now we're starting on the road for confidence. And the belt system, it represents their journey, but it also represents success. And they correlate that hard work with it, and it really does wonders for everybody who trains, whether you be 3 again or you know, a young 20-year-old college student.
And what's the longevity? What's the longest you've had students?
I'm getting ready to promote my very first black belt. His name is Jason Adams. There's a little promo for you, sir. And he's been with me for almost 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah, almost 7 years. So, and he'll be getting ready to go for his first degree black belt. So that's my longest running student. I've been doing martial arts for 30 years, but again, only teaching for the last 15 or so.
Okay, good. Tell us where to contact you. Where would they go? Parents watching that want to get their kids in on this. Where do they start?
Absolutely. So you can go to clovismartialarts.com.
ClovisMartialArts.com.
Clovis Martial
Sign
Arts.
up right there.
You can sign up right there. We have trial memberships you can purchase right there online. I think it's 4 weeks in a uniform for $69. It's a very good start to get your child involved, or even as adults to get involved. You head on there, and then you can get our email address on there. You can get my phone number on there. And then also, too, I wanted to add, At the on the second Tuesday, or sorry, the last Tuesday of every single month, we do free women's safety workshops.
Wow.
So for all the ladies, you come in and we work on one self-defense technique for that class, and it's free to the entire community.
So once a month and
once
for
a
women's
month
self-defense.
for women's self-defense. Once a month, I do it, and it's a great, and we work on awareness tactics. So we just got done this last one talking about. Holiday, the holiday awareness. So making sure you're off your phone, make sure you're looking around and making sure you're focused. Then we worked on I believe a rear grab defense. So every month we work on something like that, which is great. So it's free to the community. It's something I'm really big about giving back. Martial arts is something where you have to learn courtesy, and I think if you give back to our community, especially because I grew up here in town, so giving back and really helping the ladies out, help build their confidence. So again, it's a free event, last Tuesday of every single month, and except for this month because it's going to be close by Christmas.
Very close to Christmas.
So the next one we're going to have is going to be the last Tuesday in January. It's going to be great. So if you're watching, please come on out. You can actually go to our website and you can register for that. It's completely free of cost. And we're also a bully prevention school too. So we are big against bullies. So I go to some of the local schools in Fresno and in Clovis and do our bully prevention workshop. We're actually a member of the Martial Artists Against Bullying. It's a organization throughout the United States that really helps combat the bully situation we do have in schools. So we teach kids how to use their mind, how to use their wits to get out of a bully situation, which is great.
Well, I know those kids who study martial arts don't get bullied, but they don't bully either.
Correct, and we call that buddying, and so I call it the triangle. So there's, sometimes you might have to step in and help someone out who maybe doesn't have the training that you do. Now,
are you saying you could go to the website, sign up for a class, pay right there, so you don't have to go have an exchange of money once you get there?
Absolutely.
Now, give that website one more time.
ClovisMartialArts.com.
It's easy to remember. ClovisMartialArts.com. Go sign up. Go see Mike Guido.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be back with more Central Valley Business right after this.